What's good, yo? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Tokyo Ghoul Season 3. Or Tokyo Ghoul Re, whichever you prefer. Now, I gotta say, guys, this episode was much better than last week's episode. Now, don't get me wrong, last week's episode was still really damn good. I really did enjoy that episode, but the episode just felt off. Like, you know, like, have you ever watched, like, has there ever been, like, a movie you guys watch, or a TV series episode of TV series or anime, where you like, enjoyed it, but at the same time, do kind of, like, does that feel like, I mean, it was still really good, but, like, you know, there was something, like, it just felt off, but you can't really pinpoint it? That was pretty much the episode. And then, also, guys, yeah, quick announcement, in case you did not hear, we are actually going to be getting 24 episodes for Tokyo Ghoul Season 3. Yeah. The second half, the other 12 episodes will be airing in the fall. So, yeah, so around October, Halloween time, we'll be getting the rest of Tokyo Ghoul Season 3. I was glad to see it. It's like, yes, so we are getting 24 episodes. Looking forward to watching it. Cannot wait. And also, guys, another thing I found out is actually, apparently Studio Period has been actually outsourcing a lot of this series. Now, it's normal for studios to, like, outsource parts of the anime to other studios to, you know, lighten the load. But Period's doing that a majority of the time, apparently, according to Chibi reviews. But I can say that Period probably worked a little bit harder on this episode because it felt like what I would usually expect from a TG episode, you know. So let's talk about it. So we start this one off with Mutsuki still on the run, but just looking for an exit just to get the hell out of here, and she comes by this hallway. And then, like, and I really dig the shot. The scene, how they did this Period's over there, like, you know, kind of like flex a little bit of their horror muscles. That looked really good. It definitely had that horror movie vibe, where she like comes across this hallway. The light is flickering on off. We only get like brief, like, glimpses of it, of this hallway filled of CCG operatives with blood all over the place. And she's just like, and he's like, and like, you know, he's like shot, and then it fades to black to the French who be like, "Where are you, Mutsuki?" And then we see Mutsuki hiding behind a corner. She looks over to make sure it's clear, keeps running. Then the French dude throws a rose in her direction, and he's like, "Where do you think you're going?" So then Mutsuki grabs a fire extinguisher, uses a weapon, throws it at him, but he like kicks it, sends him flying, and then he's like, "Oh, the fact that you can heal means." Pulls out his cock and he's like, "We'll make you easier to carry." In other words, you mean like I could beat the shit out of you and you'll be okay. Sends his Kagane flying right at him. Then Heise and the Quinkska come in with the save. He blocks. Heise blocks stop. Shirazu throws some missiles out. Urie charges in there, kicks him in the gut. Then the rest of the Quinkska goes after him. He's doing a good job defending himself. And actually, Urie actually says Rinkaku. I believe that's how you pronounce it, which is actually one of, I think it was like 4 types of Kaganes that ghouls can have, which I believe is actually the first time the anime has ever mentioned the different types of Kaganes, because, unless I'm wrong, the anime never really ever said, like, you know, hey, here's these types, and these types of Kaganes, because, like, in Volume 6, they, like, you know, they, I forget his name, but, the guy that was working with, Suzuya, he was playing to him like the different types of Kaganes that ghouls could have. I believe there's like 4 types of Kaganes that a ghoul could have. So that was like nice. Oh, okay. So Street Fighter's actually, like, you know, they've referenced our C cells, and now we're referencing the different types of Kaganes. So they back away and to regroup and think of a different plan of attack. So then the French takes a sniff of Heise and he's like, "It's you, Heise of Sasaki." Yes, he actually said it like that. I'm like, okay. Then we get back to the new ghoul we've been getting introduced. I forget his name. And this dude, like, he's pretty much Rize on drugs. Like you thought Rize was crazy? No. This dude got Rize beat. He's like, you know, he kills he kills an investigator. He's like, "Jam." And then, like, you know, and then one of the guys is just like, you know, pretty much he's shaking it, he's like, and he's rocking like Rock Lee hair, has glasses, he's like, and he just starts firing at him, and so after he runs out of ammo, there's smoke everywhere. He walks through smoke, be like, "That hurts," and killed him, and then just says, "Jam, jam, 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 and one of the guys is like, "Oh crap, we can't outrun him." Tries to attack, and then but he ends up getting his arm broken, and then is swiftly killed. And so then we switch to another CCG. I was like, "Yes, I will be checking the monitor replay." And the dude sounds way too calm. He's like, yes, like he's just like he sounds like he's ordering something at McDonald's. Like, yes, I'll have a number 2, a number 5, and a number 6. Thank you. He's like, I'm like, bro, should you sound a little more concerned? Like, you sound way too relaxed and calm in this situation. Which, by the way, guys, in case you're wondering on where the dub episode was for this week, Funimation actually came out on Twitter and said that the episode has been delayed for a week. So we'll be getting episode 5's episode dub next week. I don't know if we're also going to be getting 6 as well, or they're gonna end up just giving us next week, or they're gonna be like, or then 6 else delayed for the next week after that, and so on, so on, and so forth. I don't know. We'll find out next week. So then he walks in with the rest of the CCG operatives he was with, looks around the room, looking for any ghouls, and we actually see Nutcracker kind of like sneaking around, and of course Period takes his opportunity to put in some good old quality fan service in there, which, I mean, it's nothing ridiculous. It's just like, she moving, her boobs move a little, just like nothing out of or like in Infinite Stress Season 2, where they were like with the scene with no, I'm not gonna. And then actually you see, if you've seen Infinite Stress, you know what I'm talking about. The scene with crap, what was the MC's name? Crap, what was his name? Whatever, when he was like, when they had to touch all these different girls, they actually went use CGI as well. What? So I was like, no, that's too much. That is too much fan service. That is too much fan service. So after we see the Nutcracker, we then swap to Akira. She's over there, of course, battling the dude that was obsessed with Jason. I literally cannot remember this dude's name for the life of me. So and then she's mentioned actually how the Kagane, her queen K, Hinami's father's queen, Hinami's father's Kagane. She said that it's hard to control and took her a year to master it. Which is weird because I think it only took Mao like a week? Like a week at max? I don't know, I forget the exact time code between when Mado actually killed him, and when he faced off against Toka, but at most it was like a week. So, I don't know, maybe he made for granted. Mado is a lot more of experience as CCG operative, so he probably experienced Kagane's, or I should say Queen K's, like that before, while this is probably Akira's first time wielding a Kagane of this type. So then she also talks about how, he's out, how he'll never, change or, move on. He's stuck in the past, of course, with referring to Jason's death and all that. Some other CCG operative, another girl, another part of the dude's team is like, I can't let you kill him, and Akira says, that's more reason to kill him, starts attacking her. Other CCG operatives show up with their guns and then just fire straight at him. Two of these two big dudes and these two big guys he was with also kind of defend him, just stand in front of the gunfire. They're like, no, stop, please, stop it, don't leave me. And of course, like always, the dude is bawling his eyes out after they stop firing, and they're both lie on the floor, dead and bleeding. And then we get back to Heise. He's over there, of course, battling with the French dude. The French dude says, it's all because of you, it's because of you, of course, because as we know, Tsukiyama's pretty much dealing with crippling depression ever since what happened to Kaneki early in season 2, or I guess you could say at the end of TG, when he went missing, and then, of course, through whatever means the CCG did, turned him into Heise Sasaki. So, and while they're battling, we see actually Urie and Shirazu teaming up. They take out his Kagane. So at this point, Heise and the crew got this deal on the ropes. The French dude's friend, I believe it was Matsumi, comes in, saves him, puts a wall up there so that they can escape. It's pretty much a thorn, which I'm guessing that's how it was Kagane is. So then we swap back to the Nutcracker, where pretty much she then just kills everybody in the room. Minus the one guy that jumped out the window. And so then one guy started calling for help, like, a CCG operative, Nutcracker, send help, and the Nutcracker then, of course, cracks his nuts, which as a man was very painful to watch. We then get back to Heise. Shiraz is trying to break through the wall with his missiles, does no damage. Heise gets a call from HQ. He tells them, "I've seen you make contact back with Mutsuki," and Heise tells them, "Hey, Mutsuki, she's tired, she's injured. Any combat with him would probably not do well, so he asks for him to get evacuated. He says yes, and he tells him to send Urie. Then he tells Urie, okay, so then he tells Urie this, and then of course Urie is like, what? How could I distinguish myself with escort duty? And so he ends up actually just sending Muski. He's like, because as we know, Urie only cares about his promotion. You know, he only cares about that. So then of course when he's trying to get when he's supposed to be getting Muski out of the building, he's like, sorry Muski, for today I have no sense of direction. I ends up taking him back to the stage so that they pretty much looking for a fight, you know, as well as looking at all the corpses around. So they figure out where all the other ghouls went, and so they end up finding this hidden door that leads to a basement, which is where all the ghouls are. Where we also see Suzia, who after they had their little bout with Aito, he decided to pretty much retreat from now and found the doorway to the basement. Then we get back to the crazy psycho ghoul. Which we then, while he's explaining about, you're scared, aren't you? It's because I'm different, right? I would be scared too of me because of my And then one of the CG operatives is like, is that Takizawa? Yeah. And yes, and apparently the new ghoul we've been introduced is Takizawa. You remember the guy that was always getting at it with Akira? About because Akira would always did better than him at the academy, and so yes, this dude went from being a pretty much okay dude that was always getting at it with Akira to a guy that makes Rize look like SpongeBob SquarePants in comparison, and their craziness, and because you thought Rize was psycho? No. This dude hasn't beat, and it's like, it's me, Toga. You remember? It's like, yes, Toga, and then stabs her, and his hand goes right through her. He's like, you listen to my lectures! He makes it sound like it was a bad thing, like, you listen to my lectures, like, okay. So then we see that also Uta is having a battle with some CCG operative, and he's more or less just dodging and just talking, not really doing nothing really much doing, just not really much there, he's just more or less just dodging. While that's going on, we have Takumi, I believe is how you say his name, is actually having a battle with this big clown dude. He ends up managing to either strangle him or break his neck, and so we get back to Urie, and while him and Suzia are there having their taking out all these ghouls, Urie is like, man, I really loving this power. You will never defeat me, Takumi. I will get my promotion. And I'm like, Urie, you're sounding a little corrupt there, buddy. You'll probably end up betraying the CCG and Heise later on this season. Or maybe not, but it just sounds like he's going in that direction with the way he sounded about, how he sensed, the power of God. I wouldn't be surprised if I love his power. I seek more! He ends up being corrupt and all that shit. So then, we get back to Tazumi, and he's, pretty much just chilling in this room, being like, yeah, I'm just somewhere high, and then finds Heise and crew. They're pretty much they're on their way to where the Nutcracker was to help out that CCG operative that went through the window. He somehow survived. Probably the trees broke his fall. And so Heise and Tazumi have their fight, and while they're battling it out, Heise tells Shirazu to take the injured CCG operative and get him out of here. Then HQ tells him tells Heise that the dude is rated at SS, and he's gonna face him alone, while Shirazu takes the rest of Heise's squad and the injured CCG operative and takes them to the admissions building. Shirazu's like, no, you expect me to abandon Mr. Saz, and Heise is like, understood, and that's where the episode ends with them pretty much ready to throw down, with them charging right at each other. And overall, this was a damn good episode. Really enjoyed it. This was much better than last week. Looking forward to seeing what next week has to be, because it looks like Kaneki might make an appearance. He'll probably take over Heise's body while the fight's going down. Judging from how the ED was, or I should say the next episode preview was, and we also see Hinami's also holding Heise, so that should be interesting as well. Looking forward to what we have next week. So my final verdict for this week's episode is a 9.5 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you like. Links down the description below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She still got it, she still got it, she still